Hi everybody and welcome to this week's edition of Property Chat. This week, the predictions. What are house prices going to do in 2019? Stand by. Hi everybody, welcome back to Property Chat. My name's Ken Hume with James Alexander, and this week we're talking about house prices, what's going to happen in 2019. Well, here's our take. We expect the housing market to be broadly flat in 2019. The uncertainty that Brexit brings will mean that fewer people will choose to market their properties, and therefore there will be a lower supply. Similarly, buyers will be hesitant to make decisions, so there will be a lower number of new applicants coming onto the systems, but we believe that one will roughly offset the other because interest rates are still relatively low. Most people are not in dire situations financially and therefore needing to sell. Their sale is generally in our area on a whim because they need maybe a better area or they're downsizing or moving to a new area. But it's certainly not something that they have to do. It's something that they would like to do, and delaying that decision will be an option for them. So many people will choose to delay that decision because of the uncertainty around Brexit. I think there's a lot of negativity around Brexit and the fact that, we're all doomed and, this is going to be the end of the housing market. Even Mark Carney came out with some crazy comments, in my view, about the market dipping 30%. Mark my words, that's not going to happen. What we will see is a stagnation in the marketplace. Well, there are some positives in this, and a lot of agents I'm hearing from, you can create your own negativity, and a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to be terrible next year. Well, that's not my experience. I think you will still get people that are moving, and sometimes, the smart money is going the other way from everybody else. In other words, when people are deciding not to move, what that means is the people that are left can cherry pick the very best properties, and there's no pressure from competitors' bidders as well, or not as much pressure. So it can be a really good time to get in the market. And also, I genuinely think that for most of us, when we're selling, we're buying something else. And where we're buying something else, similarly, any price falls that happened through last year will be reflected through in their house prices as well. So the headline price that you actually get isn't the single most important thing. The important thing is the difference between the price you're selling for and what you're buying at. Now, where that can really work for you is if the market's fallen and you're selling a smaller property to buy a bigger one, because the percentage term of the bigger one means a larger discount. In other words, if you're selling at 250 and the market's dropped to 10%, then you've got a 25,000 discount on your property. But if you're buying at 500, that discount is doubled to 50. So you can actually win. And if you reverse those figures around and look at a rising market by 10%, you can see why the larger property would actually be going away from you. So there's a very strong argument, and certainly we'll be making it, that it's a very good time to be moving up market if you're thinking of doing that. So the other thing is lenders. Now, the lending environment has been so competitive in terms of new mortgages that what we found during the last interest rate rise was actually, strangely, there were more deals out there at even lower rates than there were before the interest rate rise in some cases. And certainly that's what we found. So that seems paradoxical, but the reality is that the lenders are fighting for your money, and because fewer people are moving, we're an aging population, moving is expensive, we're tending to stay put longer, so the supply is already low of new entrants, and the mortgage markets now, with new competitors coming along all the time, are offering deal after deal after deal. So I suspect that the market in terms of mortgage will be very competitive next year. I know we've talked about interest rates possibly rising through next year. My opinion has changed on this now. I did think we'd start to see interest rate rising next year, but I don't think we will now. I think it's more than likely the interest rates will hold where they are, or maybe even come back a quarter point while the uncertainty of Brexit looms and what that means for the wider economy. So I think all in all, the outlook is certainly not as gloomy and doom as some people would like to have you believe. We will still be selling houses next year. People will still be buying, and I think some of the smartest money will still be looking to move next year for the reasons I've already said. So if you're thinking of moving, don't wait until the market jumps, because you know what? When that happens, it's too late. Do it while it's nice and flat now, and while you've got a great opportunity of getting yourself a really good deal. So that's it from us. Compliments of the season. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we look forward to speaking with you again next year. Interested in your comments, do post below. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the alarm button to make sure you hear our next videos as well. Take care.